Okay, I guess this is another unrehearsed tutorial type thing here. I'm gonna do maybe a boat today. uh, let's see. Oh, I usually start out by saving it. Save as. I already saved this guy. Little fishing, small fishing. I guess is what this is gonna be, a small boat. Start out by adding. Oh, hold on a minute. Let me do this for y'all. Screencast keys, screencast. Ah, there we go. All right. Almost forgot about this. No. Oh, hold on a second. Yeah. Clear these out of the way using T and N. Start out by adding in the image background. Going to go with which one? I don't know. I grounded up one or two. I like this one because it seemed ridiculous. Kind of a fun little boat with maybe an awning on it. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, let's roll with that guy. I don't know if I'm going to do the awning right now. I got somewhere to be in a little while. So let's, I don't know, let's get this rolling. You know me, start out by working with about. We're going to bring it. Boat's not going to be that deep, I don't think. I'm going to bring him about here, scale him on the X. Yeah. I'm going to make him a little longer. Right about there. What do I want to do next, guys? Let's see. Control R. Right? Oh no. Tab. Control R. Let me go back this way. Control R. I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna stick it about even with the back one. The back of this. And then I'm gonna hit my G twice. Doesn't show G twice down there, but that's what I hit. G twice. We're going to go here so we can get our cabin. Switch to face. Select. We're going to extrude him up. Back to my... There might be a shortcut there. For that, I don't know. I'm going to bring him along the X. Don't know how I'm going to wind up playing with this here, but let's, I don't know, let's just figure it out as we go. Happy little boat. You know what, because of the boat, remember my guy, my way of doing it here. Don't do it anymore, or don't do any more work than you have to. Let the software do all the heavy lifting. So I'm going to delete these vertices. Go back to my modifiers, add a mirror in first. Not along the X, along the Y. So there's that. Now we can... Yep, there we go. That's going to be the cabin. I don't want to do this. Let's bring this out. I'm going to extrude this out a little bit. Get enough room to kind of walk around the boat. And then I'm going to scale this back along the Y. Because I did it... You see, I did it kind of wrong. Don't do it this way. I like... Let's see. Our boat's going to be narrow up front. I can go on ahead and bring this back here. Bring this in just a little bit. Kind of get that. We'll get the bow here in a second. Might as well just do it now. Why not? G constrained to the Z. Bring it down. Might bring this up and over this way a little bit. See, so we get a nice curve there. This is kind of a whatever I want it to be boat, I guess. Why not? Again, we got our mirror modifier, so we can do whatever we want to do. That's right. Let's bring, I'm going to bring this in, start bringing this in. Should I bring this out more? Well, you know what, we're going to do, we got kind of a rough boat shape here. I'm going to go on ahead and add a subdivision surface. And look at that. It's not quite, that's not going to be pointy enough, really, is it? Nope. So let's bring those out along the X. Get a much better point going here. You can hit G twice to bring it out. G will grab them and move. You can hit G again to move them along the, to slide it. You're basically sliding these vertices. If you want to be more picky about it, you can just bring them out by hand, I guess. Again, not super concerned about you know, being precise here. I mean, for crying out loud. We can use, you know what, let's start by bringing a loop cut here to get this edge out. Loop cut here and up. Loop cut here and down. I'm going to start getting a harder edge to this boat here, you'll see. Yeah, sure, why not? We'll get one back here in the back. We'll do this. What you can do, I don't want to do this. We're going to grab, see, no, I'm not a huge fan of how this is going right here. And that's because what I want, see if I can, yuck, I don't like that at all. What I want to do, you know what we're going to do? We're going to do it this way. Face select, we're going to pick all these faces that make up the top. And I'm going to hit I to inset. Should I go I to inset? Yeah, let's do it. Why not? I to inset. I don't think that'll cause us too many problems. Solid. Yep. We're gonna get some weird stuff going on right here. Maybe I'll be able to fix that. I don't know. Let's extrude down along. It's constrained to the Z anyway because those faces are straight up and down. We're gonna bring it down to about there. I'm gonna bring them in just a little bit so we get a slant. Again, if you remember, there's some weird stuff going on here. Let's go to wireframe. Check out these weird faces here. Where are they at? Yeah, there's one. I'm just going to delete it. Let's see what happens. I don't like that guy, can't be there either. Let's delete that face. Back to solid, see what we broke. I don't know, nothing too major. See what we get selecting this edge loop. We got this edge loop. Everything looks okay. Let's go do this back bit here first too. It's going to be those two faces. Delete. It's going to knock a hole in our boat. Oh no, water's going to get in. The fish will just swim right into the boat. Select this edge loop. We're going to G to grab it. Uh-oh. I can tell I already forgot my clipping. Yep, there we go, clipping. turn that on. So we're going to G to grab it, stretch it out so it looks horrible. Constrain it to the Y, slam it together. Hey, check them out. That's fine. I'm okay with that. If you like a harder edge around the inside, you can still use a loop cut here. Bring it up. Drop another loop cut in. Bring it down. How does that look? G twice. We'll kind of dial that down there. Yep, that works for me. That's real close. Let's see, what now? Let's do this. Begin squaring up the cabin. Just using loop cuts here is all we're doing. Oh, look at that little guy. Oop, need one back here. Yeah. You can use one here, and then we'll go scale Y. You can kind of round this out just a little bit. You can see you got some weird little bit of a weird stretch there. Let's go back to solid. Sometimes you just gotta fix them by hand a little bit. You know, dial it in, see what looks good. I like it right about there. Uh-oh. Yeah. Some AA. Undo all those selected pixels. And I'm going to scale these along the Y. Ugh. Ugh. Oh. Where am I pivoting off of? Oh, that's the median point. These are all your different, this is actually how you can scale and where everything is constrained to, or the source that it's scaled from. 3D cursor is where the 3D cursor is in this scene, which is right here. So if you set it to that, then you pick scale, it pulls in towards the center of here where the 3D cursor is. It's like a relative. Individual origins will scale based on the individual origins of the selected pixels. Median point is the median point between the pixels. Those two change depending on the shape, I guess, like your geometry. Like if you're selecting more than just like these here, like if I was to select everything here and leave median point, it finds the average median point between all these vertices and will scale them so you'll get a general kind of even scale, like the proportions will stay the same more or less. Individual origins, you can see where once you begin scaling in here it'll get distorted. It doesn't, yeah, you can see where you got distorted geometry because of the individual origins. Normally I use median point. You know what? It wants to be that way. Come on. Too many A's. That's a lot of A's, man. 1, not quite at the same angle you see up here. This is a nice straight angle, so I'm going to constrain it to the X and kind of use these lines. Let me hide that for y'all so it's easier to see. Where's my empty at? There. I'm going to use these vertices here, go to these here, and this is a nice straight line. So I'm just going to visually, for myself, use that as a reference. You know, they were up over here, so I'll drag them. I'm kind of happy with that. I'm going to leave that there. Except it's way too tall. I'm going to bring it down here. Oh, I got to fix these. You know another way to do that? I'm going to do it this way. See that vertex there? I'm going to hit Shift Tab. We'll use your snap during transform. I always set it to vertex. So I'm going to go G and hit Z to constrain its movement on Z. You'll see it'll snap to these other vertices without moving this one along the X or Y axis. It simply snaps vertically in level with these. I like that one there. That one's close to the bottom. That one should be a little higher. That one should be down near the bottom. Down near the bottom. Once you get them kind of close, you can actually just use the first one. That'll work. So I can select these and tell it GZ. These two were higher. GZ, this slightly higher one. Now that I've got those, I can stay right here. Just like these two, GZ there. Yeah, GZ, these two. GZ there. GZ there. That way. And now the inside looks a little better. It's a little more level. Cool. Now that we did that, go back to wireframe. I'm going to select these, and I think bring them up. Do I want to bring them up a little bit? I want to bring them out. I don't know. How does a boat look on the bottom? Oh. Yeah, they've usually got ridge down here. Since this is hopefully going to be less than an hour and a half. I don't know. I'm not going to mess with that right now. So here's that bit. I don't need that there. Actually, what I'm going to do is I'm going to select this loop and hit GG. Whoop, I still got my snap on. Shift Tab, G to grab it, G again. We'll scale along that axis. I'm going to bring it down just a little bit. And then I'm going to take these three. These three? Is that how I want to do it? Yeah, sure. I want a door in the middle of this, so I'm going to add another loop cut in. Oh, why not? I'm going to add another one up here at the top. I'm going to go back to face select. And that guy there. Extrude along the X. We're going to do it just because we got that subdivision surface. Extruding, making them solid will, again, this will be curved. Due to the subdivision, it'll try and create faces, polygons, whatever, and smooth them out. I don't really care much for that. I want it harder, so I'm just going to hit E to extrude and then hold shift and move my mouse and just move it back ever so slightly. Click, hit E again, move it back here, click again, hit E again, move it back just a little bit. You can see it more on the wireframe. It's very thin. Back to solid. Bring this door frame up using loop cuts. This is going to get crazy up here in the bow with all these loop cuts, but sometimes you may model this entirely separate. You know, I don't know. You can, if you want to split it up, cool. If not, right on. Let's see. I'm going to go in and pick, you know what? Whoop, not you. Sorry, you're not on the list. Oh, sneaky sneakers. Let's go wireframe so I can make sure. Yippers. That'll work. Sure, now that we've got these faces selected, I'm going to scale them on the X and hit 0 so that they are all even and flat along the 0, making a nice square door back here while leaving the cabin curved. If you so desire, you can use another loop cut here to sharpen these up. Maybe your boat has a little lip like that. They can cut holes in it and put fishing poles in it. I don't know. Cut a hole in it and put ice in there and store your fish. Maybe. I don't know what you want to do. I'm going to put a window in here. Yeah, let's stick a window here. Again, holding shift. Bringing it just a little bit. E. Just a little bit. I'm going to do the same with these faces. Because this is the front. The window will be about the same size. E. Hold back. E. Hold shift, go back. We'll do our loop cuts now that we've made the windows. I'm just eyeballing these in. I'm not being precise. If I was going to make this like for an actual game use, it would be, unfortunately, again because of the way my brain works, I would actually look up boat dimensions and then build this dumb thing to spec. But this is just a quick little boat. Yeah, so you got that there. You can take the back end. Let's throw in a curve here because I want to let's go here and go back to vertex mode. Select these, GY. So I ask myself GY. Bring this in just a little bit. Whoop. GY. Maybe about there. Will I rotate them based on the Z? Sure, why not? Now you got your boat. Curve comes around the back, pulls back in. You get a nice little lip in the back. You could probably put a motor in there if that's what you want to do. Kind of ran into the same deal here, where these really need to be brought back and down. Even if you don't want these vertices to be back as far as they are, you can hit G and X and constrain their movement on the X. Bring them back a little bit. And if they start buckling under, hit GY. And because we've got our mirror modifier and the clipping on, these vertices won't go past here. So we can pull this in. Yeah, there we go. Sure, why not? Yeah. How do they look compared to the source one? Probably horrible. Let's check it out. Blech. Oh. Not outrageous. Oh, I gotta bring the edges up. You think I should bring the edges up? I'll bring the edges up. Should I? I should. Alright, here I'll show you a little tricky here too. Because this is a loop, it goes all the way around this whole boat. So, we can use G to grab onto this whole loop. You can buckle it in if you wanted to, but it's going to affect the top. I'm going to hit G again and bring it in so that it slides along these. So you can see I'm bringing it out more towards the middle of the boat. You can use that again on that loop cut. Hit G twice. Bring it in. And then now I can select, let's see, which ones, y'all. You know what? I'm going to select this whole loop because it needs to be higher. G, bring him up about here. And let's try this. I'm going to select this loop. Oh, let's see, it goes all the way around. I'm going to hit G, and then G again. We're going to bring it up in the middle ground there. That rounded out that edge. I'm pretty happy with that for going real quick. Yeah. Look at that little guy. Toot toot. I want to catch some fish. We're going to need a bigger boat. You know what I mean? Alright. Is there anything else I want to do? I don't think so. There's making a little boat. Look at that guy. Have fun. Oh, let me save it. Yes. Gotta save it. I don't know. I think that's it. Yeah. Let's call it good. Yeah, look at him. Put him in a bathtub. Alright, y'all. Adios.